Hello, I'm Noah, and today I want to talk about feeling like a victim versus feeling powerful. Are you a victim or are you powerful? How are you living your life? From what energetic base are you living? Do you walk around feeling powerful, free, and happy? Do you walk around feeling like a victim, sad, down, small? Now, I have gone through both sides of this quite a bit, and I want to share some things about it that might be supportive for you. Now, the standard, let's say like self-help or even spiritual, is to feel powerful. You are powerful. You are soul. You're multidimensional. You can do anything. Like these types of phrases are very common and they're really beautiful. They're meant to activate, awaken, open us up to our innate wisdom, power, strength, bigness, uh, trust in the universe, relaxation, all of this. And and that has its place and is really great. And then there are other types of modalities or ways of pursuing life, more healing based. So different types of therapy or healing modalities or inner child work or I don't know, circling, all sorts of different type of emotional work where a lot of the focus and attention on is to feel more, right? To allow all your feelings to come through and and to get in touch more with your feelings and to express all your feelings in relationship and connection with others. And that's also really beautiful and wonderful and serves its place to soften us uh, and much more, to accept more parts of ourselves and to support connection and relaxation and much more. But the purpose of this video is to sort of, how do I say this, to find the balance, between the two, the truth, basically. So if we are stuck on either side, that's when there's a problem. That's when it's a recipe for suffering. That's when something is not harmonious in our system. So if you feel powerful, that's really great. But if you are avoiding feeling like a victim, if you're avoiding all the vulnerable emotions, if you're avoiding the parts of you that feel worthless, small, yeah, victim, things like this, then what happens is the powerful person turns into a perpetrator. They, if we don't have access to our feeling like a victim, if we never went there and could meet it with compassion, then we can't have compassion for other people who are in a victim mentality or are potential victims of us. We can only have compassion for others when they're hurting, in pain, feeling small, life is against them, whatever, things like this, if we've gone there within ourselves. So you can see a lot of times, gurus and self-help people get into trouble in all sorts of different ways, oftentimes because they haven't acknowledged and met the parts of them that feels like a victim, small, and all those types of things, the pain, the trauma, the wounds. Um, Even though it's really true that we are powerful and everything is happening for us and everything happens for the best, and maybe we asked for this, that's on one level, that's on the soul level, that's upper chakras, that's up here. But another part of us feels like a victim. In the moment that we were abused or yelled at or punished or rejected or disconnected from or failed, a part of us concluded, I am bad, I am no good, or felt hurt or sad or like a victim. And so if we just stay up here in the upper realms and say it all happens for the best and I'm powerful and it happened for me and whatever, and don't acknowledge the part that felt hurt and believed I am bad and no good, and feeling genuinely unsafe and sad, there's a disconnect in ourselves. There's a battle going on to suppress and push that down. And that has a potential to, one, it's just unenjoyable in our system. We don't have access to connection, compassion, softness, gentleness, relaxation, because there's a part inside of us that feels really uncomfortable, afraid, and much more. But the other part is we aren't maybe aware of our impact on others. We aren't aware of how, when we behave in a certain way, whether we're in business, in finance, a teacher, a therapist, or whatever, when all we want is to stay feeling powerful and good about ourselves, we oftentimes use others to try to get their love, try to get their approval, to try to get their money, try to get the promotion, try to get more success, just so we don't have to feel the pain of being worthless, inadequate, afraid, and all of that. And then we end up greedy, selfish, not caring about others, and just seeing everyone else as a means, as a tool to make us feel good or help us to avoid feeling bad like a victim. So the invitation for the people out there who are listening to this, or if you want to share it with anyone who might get value from this, the invitation for the people who are trying to really, really view themselves as powerful and stay in that I'm powerful, I'm great, I'm big, I'm whatever, even though it's true on one level, you are. The invitation is to see if there are any parts within you that feel the exact opposite, that feel afraid, hurt, small, worthless, things like this. Just to check in. Maybe you have none, but it's worth checking. Now, on the other side, there are many of us that are trapped feeling like a victim, trapped feeling small. And this oftentimes, the way that it manifests is we're stuck in our emotional body. We're stuck feeling emotions all the time. And the emotions usually were created in moments of unsafety, in moments of feeling unsafe. That's why the emotions stayed with us. Now, if we feel sadness or hurt, but we don't feel unsafe, then we can just express the sadness or hurt. It leaves our system, and then there are no remnants. It's not showing up in our life. The emotions that... I'm going to slow down. I'm going quite fast. The emotions that keep showing up in our life, that keep us sucked in, are the ones that were created in moments of unsafety that we couldn't express and complete. So, if you find yourself constantly experiencing emotion, constantly feeling sad, hurt, afraid, small, inadequate, lonely, these are all emotions that when we identify with it, when we go too deep in it, we feel really small and like a victim. And that's okay. That's a part of being human. That's normal. That's useful. All of that. But that can be a problem if you live in that place, if that's all you have access to. Because then if you feel worthless, if you feel lonely, if you feel all these things, it blocks you from joy. It blocks you from love. It blocks you from your power. Maybe you can't open your heart then because you feel afraid. Maybe you can't pursue your dream because you feel unworthy. Maybe you can't have friends or different types of interactions because you're energetically blocking it. You understand? It's really important to feel our emotions, to acknowledge them, be honest about them, let them up. But if we just live there, a part of it can be because there's a safety in that. Just like the people who feel power are afraid to feel like a victim, there can be great, great fear of feeling powerful, of feeling solid, of feeling safe. There can be a huge fear of feeling joy, from feeling happy. So, if you're walking around life feeling like a victim, or you notice even sometimes you get trapped feeling like a victim, the invitation or the question is, are you afraid to feel joy? Are you afraid to feel relaxed? Are you afraid to feel happy? Are you afraid to feel powerful? Now, these seemingly positive attributes, qualities, experiences, it would seem as though we all would want to feel that. Like, so why would I be afraid to? But what happens is we can feel afraid to because we don't know that experience. We can feel afraid to because, yeah, it's outside of our reference, our frame of reference. We could be afraid to feel that because we feel we don't deserve it. So it's like, I'm doing something really, really horrible to feel happy because I don't deserve it. We can be afraid to feel powerful because in past lives or in our ancestors, when we had power, we abused others, when we abused our power. So there can be a great, great fear of stepping into our power because we don't trust ourselves to be able to act lovingly from it. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else that comes to me about that. So the question is like, can you take the leap? Can you take the leap? Can you make the jump out of the safety of feeling like a victim, hurt, small, and allow yourself to feel powerful, joyous, and happy? Or any individual quality in any particular moment. So this way we're not attached to feeling emotions vulnerable, small, and we're not attached to feeling powerful, great, everything's happening for me, I'm so amazing. We listen to our intuition about what this moment is calling for. I've got trapped too much and I know everything and I'm powerful and everything's happening for the best and full, like, seemingly trust and confidence, and I've got trapped too much in feeling small and like a victim and staying in the circle of emotion and getting too identified with it. So you have to decide for yourself and explore what's the balance for you, what's your truth, and how can you break free of attachment to one or the other. Yeah. So please share with me your experience, what happens in response to my sharings and your own exploration of this. Yeah, that's all. Bye.